Hi there everybody, my name is Ali and today we will be going to do Wreath room from TryHackMe, which is based upon Active Directory, and today we will be going to look everything about pivoting. So that will be from task number 7 to task number 16. In my previous video we were able to compromise a public server and we were able to get a reverse shell. So today I will be going to show you all techniques and tools to do pivoting that I will use when I am going to do any sort of certification exam or any penetration testing sort of stuff. And hopefully you will learn a lot of things about pivoting, and we will see almost all tools to do pivoting like Sshuttle or Chisel or SSH Tunneling. So that being said, let's jump in. Okay, so in my previous video, I was able to compromise the first machine, which is right in front of me, which is 10.200, 87.200. It was having a different IP address last time, but this time the IP address has been changed. So I will come directly right here to task number 7, which is called pivoting. Now, first of all, what is pivoting? Now, in short terms, I don't like to go for TryHackMe walkthroughs, all of these sort of things. But what I will guide you is that right here in this picture, you can see that this is an attacker in red color, and there is a public facing server. Public facing server means that this server is available to the public. Anyone can ping it, anyone can try to access it and use it. And then there are few computers which are not accessible by anyone who is in the public, but the public facing server can access these one. So what if I compromise this public facing server somehow by finding any sort of vulnerability, which I already did into my previous video? Then what I will do is that I will be able to gain access to any internal network, and the methods or techniques by which I will be able to gain access or ping or try to ping those machines somehow, that process is called pivoting. So today we will be going to look at different sort of pivoting techniques and all of that stuff, but I will solve all of these questions here. Now there are tasks number 7 to task number 16, a lot of tasks. There are a lot of tools: Proxychains, SSH Tunneling, P-Link, SOCAT, Chisel, Sshuttle. So I will solve few of these and I will solve the answers for all of these, but I will be going to use these tools like Chisel or Sshuttle or SSH Tunneling, and then I will be going to use almost all of these tools into my own penetration test, you can say, or this room. But I will do all of the things myself. I will not watch any walkthrough, I will not do anything. And finally, after doing all of the stuff, after showing you my methodology, what I will do in my certification exam, what I do in my any penetration testing stuff, what I will do is then in the end I will solve all of these tasks. So let's just come back right here to our terminal, and right here you can see from my last video I was able to get a shell, and what I will do is I will now try to enumerate this system and then I will go for pivoting. So let's directly start now. So first thing first, if I do who am I can see I am root user. Now what I would recommend you that now you need to go for pivoting. And now looking at the picture of our TryHackMe scenario, this will be same as a lot of certification exams as well now, because I know in OSCP there are also 3 machines. So right here I have compromised the first machine and I need to gain access to the 2 other machines right here. Now I don't know whether I will be able to gain access to this middle machine or whether I will be able to gain access to the last machine. I don't know. Even I don't know the IP address of these machines as well. But before going to do all of those sort of things, what I will recommend you, highly recommend you, that always go for improving your shell and getting a stable reverse shell. So this will be our first thing which we will do, that we will try to get a fully interactive TTY shell and fully stable shell. So right now if I press Ctrl C right here, my shell will die, and then I will do a lot of things, so just get a reverse shell again to get into the box. So that's why I will first of all get a fully interactive TTY shell, and then what I will do is I will use public and private keys to simply SSH into the session. So let's see how we do that. So first of all, what I will do is I will import Python module. This one box was having Python 3 installed, so I will do Python 3-c. Then I will do import pty dot spawn, and I will spawn bin bash. Hit enter, and right away now you can see something strange happened here, and with this is my shell got a little bit clear and looks pretty nice, but still it's not a fully interactive TTY shell. So fully interactive TTY shell means that if I press a tab, it does auto completion, or if I do control L onto my keyboard, it clears the screen and those sort of things. And I like to do that one because that makes our work a lot easier. So what I will do now is I will do control Z onto my keyboard to background this one. I will do stty raw dash echo and then a semicolon, then foreground to get back onto that one. Press enter a few more times and now I am back onto my shell. Then I will do is stty, my rows are, I can see right at the top, my rows are 32 and my columns are 127 due to terminator bar. Hit enter and I will do export term is equal to x term. And I will also like to have some colors as well, so I will do the same command with 256 color, and then I will execute bin bash again. So exec bin bash, hit enter, and now if I press Ctrl L onto my keyboard, you can see my screen has been cleared. If I do ls, you can see there are some colors and all of the things are working fine. So Ctrl L to clear the screen. I can do everything. Tab auto completion, so cd into root. You can see I press tab and root got appeared automatically. So this was the first thing, but still what you need to do is you need to gain, because if somehow this shell expires, what I need to do is I need to run the exploit again, and then I need to get a reverse shell again, and I need to stabilize the shell again and again. So this is a lot of problem for me. So what I will do is I will always go into the root directory, do ls-la, and we will see that in the root directory there is a .ssh folder. Now sometimes you will see this ssh folder, sometimes you will not see this one, so you can create your own ssh folder and then you can generate some public and private keys. So if I go into this .ssh folder, ls right here, I will see that there are some authorized keys, id_rsa and id_rsa.pub, which is public keys. So these are public keys and private keys. So what I will do is I will cat out id_rsa, which is private key. So hit enter right here, and now you can see I have this private key. So what I will do is I will copy this private key right here. I will open a new terminal and I will make my new file. Let's call that file as id_rsa and paste it here, save this file, and now what I will do is I will change mode to 600 because we need to change the mode of this file to 600 to use this file. And then what I will do is I will simply type in id_rsa, hit enter, and now the file has been changed. So if I do ls-la id_rsa, you can see that read and write permissions are set only for the root user or the owner of this file. So now what I can do is I can do ssh-i id_rsa, then I will say root at 10. My IP address was 200.87.200, and then I will hit enter and let's see what happens. And right here you can see what happened. I simply got onto my box. So now I have got the private key and now I have a proper stable shell. I can close the previous shell, no matter. I have the id_rsa. I can simply use this command and I can get onto the box. No need to get a reverse shell, no need to do anything further. So this should be your first thing when you get onto the box and you are in an Active Directory stuff or in any certification exam. This should be your first thing what you should do. Stabilize your shell. Simply make things easy. Now I can also do Control L and all of that stuff. So now I have stabilized my shell. If my shell expires, I will simply do ssh-i id_rsa and I will get onto the box. Now I will not follow TryHackMe. I will show you my own methodology, what I do, and then I will go for TryHackMe as well. So I will show you both of the things. So the first thing, I will go for basic enumeration, like who am I will go into var www html and I will look into different sort of files right here, css in index and nothing interesting here. Then I will go into op directory always to see whether there is something into op directory, and then this is Active Directory, so I will definitely look into something sort of like, let's say, network information. So I will do if config. So if config, and let's see what it says. So if config does not give us any other interfaces, it only gives me 10.200 87.200. So sometimes I have seen a lot of times in a lot of scenarios that there are some other interfaces as well, and then we can try to use those interfaces, we can get IP addresses from them, and then we can try to do a lot of stuff from here. Afterwards I get nothing from here. The next best thing is that we can use linps. Now again, linps might be helpful in a standalone Linux machine, but this is an Active Directory. So what I will do always is that I will use Nmap, and I will use Nmap to do a port scan, or no, not port scan, you can say ping sweep scan. So what ping sweep scan does is that it will detect all of the machines into the network, and it will tell us that hey, these machines are available to us and we can ping them. So that's what I will be going to do when I will be going after pivoting and looking into different machines and figuring out that what is the IP address of that machine, how to gain access to that machine, and those sort of things. But the problem is that Nmap is not installed onto the box. So if I do Nmap, hit enter, it will most probably show you that nmap command not found. So the easiest way to do these sort of things is that you can download a static binary from Google. So if I go to Google and if I do nmap static binary, hopefully I will get a static binary from GitHub right here, GitHub. And now I will click on the download right here, and I will click on save file, and it will download that into my downloads folder. So what I will do is I will come to my downloads right here into my Kali machine. So I will move that nmap from downloads to my current working directory. If I do ls right here, I can see that there is nmap, and the other files are the one from my previous video. So what I will do is, let's make a new directory called make directory pivoting, and I will move my nmap into that pivoting directory so it looks much more clear. So if I do ls cd into pivoting, and now if I do ls, there is nmap. Now what I will do is I will simply start Python web server, and I will do -m simple http server on port 80, hit enter, and now I will come to my target machine, and what I will do is I will do wget http:// my local IP address. So my local IP address is, let me see right here, ifconfig 1050.88.108. so I will paste it right here. I'll clear the screen and start Python web server again, and then what I will do is I will simply do nmap. So it will download nmap from my server, and right here we can see that it says wget not found. So that's fine. What I can do is I can go for curl. So I will do curl, and in curl we need to specify the output file name as well. So -o, and then I will do something sort of, let's say nmap again, hit enter, and now I got a hit onto my web server, and hopefully it will download that one, and now it's downloaded. So if I do ls right here, you can see nmap is right there. So what I will do now is that I will change the mode to executable. So change mode +x nmap, and now if I do ls, now it is in green color, which means it is executable. So just checking whether we can execute that one or not. So yes, I can execute nmap. So this is the first thing which I will do always whenever I am in any Active Directory situation. I will download static nmap binary, and then I will go for a ping sweep scan. So now this nmap static binary is very limited. So we cannot do aggressive scan, we cannot do service scan, we cannot do operating system scan, I believe. So what I will do is I will simply do nmap, then I will do -sn, which is a sign for ping sweep scan, which will detect all of the machines into the network, whether they are active or not, or I can ping them or not. So nmap -sn, and then I will do the verbose flag as well. So I like verbosity, and then I will do 10 to 100 and 87.0/24. So this means that scan all of the devices in the subnet, and from where I got this IP address. So just coming back to TryHackMe, the machine which I compromised was 10 to 187.200, but now I don't want 87.200, I want 87 dot something 0 to 255. So let's see how many machines nmap does give us. So I will press enter now. It will take a little bit of time. Let's see. Okay, so this was quite fast. It took only 3 to 5 seconds. So scrolling at the top, let's see how many machines are open right here. Yeah, so it is starting from host number 1, 2, 3, scrolling down. Right here, I can see that this one is up, which is 10.287.100. That's great. So we found one. There is another one, 10.287.150. So two machines. Scroll down. And then we are having one more, which is 250. So we are having three machines which are on. So what I will do is I will create a new file. So I like to make notes, always make notes. So what I will do is I will come to my terminal. I will make sublime notes.py. I like to have py in my extension, Python extension, because it you makes some colors as well. So I like some colors. So what I will do is I will copy this one. Okay, so I found another one which was 150. So I'll copy this as well into my notes. And if I scroll down, there was one more which was 100. So copy and paste. Okay, so now I am having these three machines which are right now into this network, which is having a IP address of 100 in the end, then 150, and then 250. Now 250 doesn't look interesting because sometimes it is possible that there might be some sort of firewall running on this one, like pfSense or something other. So the main important one which will be for me will be 100 and 150. So let's try to do a basic Nmap scan onto 100, and let's see whether I can see some open ports onto this one or not. This is what I will do next. So clear the screen, and then I will do is I will simply do Nmap. Now I cannot do aggressive scan and those sort of stuff, so I will do only verbosity and then paste the IP address of the target, hit enter, and let's see whether we can see any open ports on this one or not. And it's taking a little bit of time, so I think so might not we can see any open port. So I'll press Ctrl C right here, and what I will do is I will do this same command with IP address of 150 as well, hit enter, and right away you can see I am having some open ports. Discovered open port 80, discovered open port 3389, 5985, and it's going on. So it looks like that now I am able to ping one machine which is 10.287.150, and we can do the port scan as well, which is port 80 is open, 3389 is open, 5985 is open, most probably even in RM ports, so we can log in. But what we can do is now that I can try to do pivoting right here. Now the main reason why we need to do pivoting right here is that there is port 80 open onto that one. So what I can do is I can also do curl in this machine, and I can look what is running there. But what I will do is I like to open this port 80 of 10.287.150 into my browser, into my Firefox. But the problem is that this machine is accessible by the production server which I have compromised. I cannot ping this machine. So let me show you. Just I will, if I copy this IP address right here, 1 second. So copy, and if I do ping right here, paste, hit enter, you will see I am not pinging that machine. Why? Because this is in internal network. So that's why I would now need the help of pivoting. And what pivoting will do is that it will create a tunnel. Now you can understand tunnel as a tunnel in which trains are moving. So that makes sense a little bit, because what happens is that we will make a tunnel from my Kali machine to this machine, which is a production server which I have compromised, and from production server I will make another tunnel to 10.287.150. Why? Because the production server can communicate with 150. So what if I send my request to the production server, and then production server forwards the request to 10.287.150. So I will create a tunnel, and my request from Kali machine will be going from the production server to 150 IP address, and then I will be able to get the response as well in the same way. So the response will come back to production server, and production server will forward the response to my Kali machine, and I will be able to see all of the things in browser, so onto my Kali machine. So that's the reason why we need to do pivoting and those sort of things. So now to do pivoting, the most important tool which I will show you right now is Chisel. Now the reason why I use Chisel, and that is very very important, because there are a lot of you can say pros and cons for all of the other tools, but Chisel is one of the best which I like the most. So just following my methodology in just sort of any penetration test or certification exam, I will be going for Chisel now, and I will be downloading Chisel, and I will be going through creating a tunnel and trying to get access to that one. And afterwards I will be going to show you some other tools as well, and I will show you why I don't like to use those tools as well. So now to use Chisel, what I will do is I will go to Google first of all, and I will download Chisel. So I will do Chisel GitHub, and I will click on the first link right here from GitHub, and I will download the one which is, let's go to the release pages right here, because releases will be having binaries for Chisel. And if I scroll down right here, I can see that the one which will be for Kali Linux will be AMD64. So I will copy the link right here. So copy link location, I will come to my terminal, and what I will do is I will, in my Kali machine, I will simply do wget and download that one. So it's downloaded now, ls, and there is Chisel. So what I will do is, it's in gz format, so I will simply do gunzip Chisel, hit enter. Now if I do now ls, now it is properly. So let's move that into pivoting. So move Chisel into pivoting and cd into pivoting, so to make it clear. Then the file name is quite long, so I will rename it to something easy. So I will simply do Chisel. Now Chisel is also installed in Kali Linux by default, and how Chisel does work is that we need to set up Chisel on our Kali machine as well, and we need to set up Chisel on the machine we have compromised, so that we can make our proper tunnel, and I will let you know now. So what I will do is I will do change mode plus x, or let's not change mode right now, because I will use pre-installed Chisel. So to install Chisel on Kali, what we do is app install Chisel, and it will install Chisel. Right now I already have the one. So what I will do is that I will transfer this Chisel which I have downloaded from Google to the target machine, which is production server, and I will use my built-in pre-installed Chisel to do port forwarding. So what I will do now is that, let's start Python web server. So python -m simple HTTP server on port 80. Then I will do curl HTTP 10.50.88.108/ this is my local IP. I have already memorized that one. So what I will do is I will do Chisel, and then I will output as Chisel, hit enter, and it will download Chisel into my opt directory. And it's done. So first of all, to do our reverse port forwarding, what we need to do is, or to create a tunnel, what we do is that we start Chisel server. So Chisel server, and then we need to specify the port, so --port, and I will go for --reverse. So hit enter, and it says unknown port. I forgot to specify the port. Let's do 1234 and hit enter. Now you can see Chisel server is running, and Chisel also requires one client as well, so to create a proper tunnel. So what I will do is that, now if I clear the screen right here, ls, I will change mode as well of Chisel. So change mode plus x Chisel, and what I will do now is that I will simply execute Chisel, and let's see if it works. Yes, it does work. So what I will do now is I will do that I am the client, and I want to connect to that server, which is running onto my Kali machine on IP address 1050.88.108 on port 1234. So now what I need to do is I need to reverse port forward that one. So what I will do is I will simply do reverse socks. So now socks proxy is a proxy which we use always, and using this proxy we will be able to create a tunnel, and then we will be utilizing proxy chains to set up all of the stuff. So and we will see in 1 second. So I will do one more thing which is very important, that is ampersand at the end. Now when I will press enter right here, it will just be right here, but I don't want this information or the server to be running right here. I want to get back onto my terminal as well. So I will say that please start the server, connect to that server on which is running onto my Kali machine, but please go into the background. So I will do ampersand at the end. So if I press enter now, you will see that it's trying to connecting. Now it's connected, and now when I will press enter, I will get my terminal back. But if I would not have entered that ampersand at the end, I will never have had my terminal back. So this helps us a lot. So I should have done that same thing right here as well. I should have done ampersand right here, but I forgot to do that one. But that's fine. Now you can see I need to open a new terminal to do all of that stuff. So now what I will do is that I will see right here, you can see it says tunnel has been created right here, and the proxy is 127.0.0.1.1080. Now this is socks proxy. So what we need to do is, this is for proxy chains. So what we need to do is that we need to actually you can say configure that proxy chains file as well to do this sort of thing. So what I will do is I will open that proxy chains file. So that file is called proxychains.conf file. So in my new terminal, what I will do is let's open that in Sublime text editor. So Sublime HC, and then it is proxychains.conf, or in my case it is proxychains4.conf. Hit enter, and now in the end what you need to do is, hopefully you will be having something sort of this. You will be having socks for 127.0.0.1.90.50. So I have commented that out, and I have added my own proxy, which is my Chisel proxy 127.0.0.1 on 1080, and then I'm having socks 5 because Chisel uses now socks 5, and socks 5 is the latest version. And I have seen in Metasploit as well that socks 5 Metasploit has introduced socks 5 as well. So normally we will use socks 5. So I will add this into my proxy here right now, save that one, close that one, and now I will come back to my terminal. And what I will do is that I will now I will try to connect to that machine. Now actually tunnel has been created from my machine to Kali machine, and the production server machine to 150 machine. So there are a lot of people who do a lot of mistakes, like they will now do is nmap, and then they will do 10 to 100 87.150, and they will say that I cannot connect that one. So if I do verbose flag, and they will say that it's not working. But the problem is that there are a few things which we need to take care. First of all, we are doing proxy, so we are doing proxy chains in the beginning, and when you are doing these sort of things, proxy chains does not respond to ping requests. So we need to specify nmap that please don't do that one, and then we need to do connect scan only. It will not go for syn scan as well. So these two flags are very important, and it is extremely slow. So I will simply scan port 80 in front of you right now. So I will do port 80 just to confirm that whether the tunnel has been created, whether I can ping port 80, whether I can do nmap scan on port 80 or not. So if I hit enter now, let's see what happens, and right away you can see my port 80 is open now onto my Kali machine, and I have access to that internal machine. So this is how actually we do pivoting, and now we have access. So port 80 is always a web server. So what I will do is I will go to the browser, and I will now, there is one more thing in browser which you need to do is you need to set that socks proxy right here as well. So what you need to do is you need to go into your burp suite, FoxyProxy is amazing for these sort of things. So we use FoxyProxy, and I already have added socks 5, but what you will do is click on options, click on add, And in add, you need to set proxy type to SOX5. You need to specify that 127.0.0.1 port will be 8080. No, it will be 1080, the one which is set in our configuration file. Click on save, and that's all. So now I will open a new tab. I will click on FoxyProxy, click on SOX5. I will come right here, and then I will do 10.200.87. 150. Hit enter, and let's see what happens. And right here you can see I got some page, it's saying 404 not found, but we are able to successfully gain access to the internal web server. And this is what I would do when I will be going to do in any sort of certification exam and those sort of things. So I will now not do further thing, and I will be going to show you some more techniques to do pivoting. So let's come back to now TryHackMe, and let's try to look for some other stuff right here. So what I will do is, if I go into my TryHackMe, what I have done was I have done Chisel. So task number 9, enumeration. So it will show you a lot of things that what you can look for enumeration. You can also look for etc host file, you in Linux and Windows, etc resolve file, ipconfig all, these sort of things. And then you can do port scan as well. So I used Nmap, but if you are not able to do Nmap, what you can do is you can do this for loop command, and you can also do these sort of things. And let's try to answer these questions, or yeah, let's try to answer these questions, or I will do this at the end. So Proxychains and FoxyProxy, and right here the same thing which I have done. He is also specifying all of that stuff right here. FoxyProxy, do all of that stuff right here, and going into SSH tunneling. Now SSH tunneling and port forwarding, as I told you, this one is a little bit difficult concept as well. So what we need to do is we need to create public keys and private keys. Those were already there, so we need to copy the public key from there to the production server, from production server machine. So let's try to do this one, but I would not recommend you because this one is quite strange and those sort of things. So this is helpful when we are having a SSH session. So this is the first important thing, that we should have a SSH session or public and private keys. If we are not having those, it is never ever useful for us. That's why I recommended you Chisel, because Chisel is one of the best. Now, so what we can do right here is that let's come back to our terminal, and what we will do is that if I clear my screen right here, or let's close Chisel now, because I don't want to do all of that stuff right here. I will control C, but it will not do control C right here. So what I need to do is I need to do foreground command. So foreground, now I'm foreground, I will control C. Now it will be get cancelled. So Chisel is now cancelled. So what I will do is that if I go into cd root and cd into .ssh and ls, there is a public key. Now I'm going to tell you all of the things about SSH tunneling and all those sort of stuff. So what you need to do is that you can cat id underscore rsa dot public key, and you need to copy this public key into your Kali machine into same folder, and there will be authorized keys folder. And if you're not having authorized keys folder, what you can do is you can create manually. So I will create manually, open that one, paste that in, save. And now we can also do one more thing, which is this command. So what this command will do is this will allow us to only do the SSH session for pivoting and those sort of stuff, only for security reasons. We can, otherwise it will work with this public key as well. But let's paste that command right here, space, save that one. Now it's saved. So what we will do now is that I have the public key right here. So let's come back to our TyrHackMe-Wreath and cd into pivoting. Okay, so what I will do now is that I will come right here, and what we need to then do now is that we will do port forwarding. Now we can do proxy setup as well, like this. So we can do SSH-R to reverse port forward, and then we will follow this command right here. We will specify the port name, username, IP, I for id underscore rsa file. So let's do 1234, or let's do let's say 9999. So what I will do is username, and the username which I will specify is root, because I have compromised that one, 10.287.200, and then I will specify the id underscore RSA file. Let's see where it is. id underscore RSA, it was in my Wreath directory, so I did period, and then I will use dash f and capital N. Now you can use dash f and capital N. Dash f means that background the command, and N means that don't execute any sort of command. So we can do dash fn or we cannot do, so that's fine. So if I do hit enter now, so a reverse proxy will get created, and if we see right here onto my Kali machine, if I do netstat, sorry, not onto my Kali, I onto the production server, netstat dash tulp and hit enter, and we will see that the port 9999 will open right here. So this is how we do SSH reverse port forwarding and SSH tunneling, and then we can also do a port forward as well. So this was SSH tunneling reverse proxy. So it says in your version of SSH client it is possible to create a reverse proxy. Then what we can do is we can also go for port forward as well. So in the same thing, what we can do is we can directly do a local port forward, so we can forward port 80 from the target machine which I was able to which I wanted to compromise, that was 150, to our Kali machine, and we can see that one as well. So for that we will use this command right here. So copy this command, or let's copy this command, paste it right here. So only change the IP address and all of that stuff, and hopefully you will get a port open onto your Kali machine which will be port 80, and then you can gain access to this IP page here as well. So as the same we did with Chisel. So this was about SSH tunneling. And if I scroll down, p-link, now p-link is completely for Windows. Right now we were able to compromise a Linux machine, so this is for Windows. So hopefully I will be going to show you the walkthrough of this one as well. So right now let's not do that one right here. Then we can use socket as well. So socket is one of the best one when we try to transfer some reverse shell, forward some reverse shells to some other places. Now this is very important concept as well, and hopefully we will see this in the same room in our future videos. So socket is also used, and what we do is we use these sort of commands, and we are able to gain port forwarding as well. So there is a complete huge introduction right here for socket as well. Hopefully I will show you this all in our future videos as well, when we will be doing much more complex tasks. But right now Chisel, we have done Chisel and Sshuttle. So let's go for Sshuttle as well. So Sshuttle is fairly simple as well, and again there are pros and cons. So we need SSH session. If we are not having SSH session, so we cannot do anything right here. So what I will do is let's do Sshuttle. So to install Sshuttle, we do apt install Sshuttle, hit enter, and right here I already have installed that one. Then what I will do is I will call Sshuttle right here, and then I will the flags which I will be going to use will be -r for reverse port forward, and I will do a reverse proxy. Then I will do root at 10.287.200, and then what I will do is that I will specify the complete subnetwork which I want to access. So I will simply do 10.287.200, oh sorry, 0/24, and I will press enter, and let's see what it says. Now hopefully it will give me an error message, permission denied, these sort of things. The reason is that I need to specify the public key file as well, so -i, but the problem is that we cannot specify with it -i, so we need to have one more flag which is dash, I think so it is SSH-cmd. So SSH-cmd, and I will specify the command in double quotations, I believe. Let's see. So that will be SSH-i, and I will specify the private key. So it will be id underscore RSA like this, and let's hit enter now. Let's see what happens. I might got an error message again. The reason is that I am specifying the complete subnetwork, but I already have compromised this machine, so I need to exclude that one. So -x, 10 287.200. that please exclude this one. I have already compromised that one. Don't do this one. So hit enter now. And the most important thing which I love about Sshuttle is that we don't need to use proxy chains. So what if now I directly go to my browser, and if I copy the same address, I already have closed Chisel, so that will not work, and I will stop proxy SOX proxy right here, turn off that one as well, hit paste, hit enter, and you can see this is the benefits of Sshuttle. It is amazing. So yeah, so right now you can see I didn't use any proxy chains, I didn't use any SOX proxy, and using Sshuttle we are able to gain access to that web server. So this was all about the things, how to do pivoting, all of that stuff. Hopefully we will solve the questions in just in few minutes now, and this is the reason why I showed you all of the tools, but one of the best one was Chisel. So Chisel is one of the best, and I will recommend you that you should always use Chisel in all of your penetration testing and exams, certification exams. Now Sshuttle works very great, but the problem is that you need to have the root user public and private keys, or root user password as well. So this is how Sshuttle works as well. So SSH session is required. So that's why in the beginning I told you that you can do SSH session as well. So let's come back to now the questions, so we can solve the questions, and hopefully I will be compromising this internal machine in the next video. So let's start from the top. So the first of few were only what is pivoting. That doesn't make sense to solve the questions. Let's see, completed. Okay, so you can read that all. So right here then it says high level overview, which type of pivoting creates a channel through, so that is called tunneling. Tunneling creates a channel through information hidden inside. So not covered in this network, but good to know about. Which Metasploit framework meterpreter command can be used? So that is, I believe, port forward. So port FWD, yes. Enumeration, task number 9. If I scroll down, what is the absolute path of the file containing data? So that's resolve.conf file. So etc resolve.conf file in Linux, and then what is the absolute path of host file on Windows, and that path is I think so it is in C drive somewhere. Let's try. So it is C:/ backslash, I think so, in Windows. So we do Windows, I think so it is in system32 drivers. So let's try system32 drivers etc host file, yes. And then it says how could you see the IP address and allow ICMP echo request. So this is the command for that one. Let's try this one, and it's saying for IP address 172, so I will simply change the IP address. So we can try this one, but I don't like to do this one. Going for a static and binary helps us a lot, but this script works great as well. So yeah, hit enter and it does work. So task number 10. So it's all about FoxyProxy and Proxychains, I believe. So what line would you put in your Proxychains config file? So I will do SOX 5, and or I think so in this one they have showed SOX 4, so I will do SOX 4 127.0.0.1, and I will do port let's say 4242 like this. Okay, so what command would you use to telnet through a proxy to this one? So I will again, now this is was very important because we need to do proxy chains in the beginning. So proxy chains, telnet, and then the IP address. You have discovered a web app running on target inside an isolated. Which tool is more apt for proxying to a web app? Proxychains or FoxyProxy? So FoxyProxy, that will be definitely in our browser. So SSH tunneling and port forwarding. So let's come down. If you are connecting to a SSH server from your attacking machine, if we are connecting to a SSH server from attacking machine to create port forward, so port forward will be always local port forward right here in this case. Which switch combination can be used to background a SSH port? So that is -FN it's a good idea to enter our own password on a remote machine to set up reverse proxy. So it's a good idea to enter our own password. No, never enter your own password. So what command would you use to create a pair of throwaway SSH keys? So it will be SSH-key gen. If you wanted to set up reverse port forward from port 22 of a remote machine, this one to port 2222 your local machine using a key file called id_rsa. So that's what we did right now. So that will be SSH minus capital R 2222. We didn't did that one, but that is port forward. So to forward port 2222, I will specify the IP address right here like this, and then I will specify port 22 right here, or we can specify, yes, so port 22 right here. Then I will specify Kali at 172.16.0.200. then the file name will be -i id_rsa, and I will use fn in the ending as well. So yes, this one works. What command would you use to set up forward proxy to on port 80 to user target.thm backgrounding the shell? So this is forward proxy. So forward proxy we use -d flag, so -d, and then we specify port 8000, that is, then user at target.thm, and then I will background the shell with the same thing, so -fn. If you had SSH access to server with a web server running internally on 80, how would you forward it to port 8000 on your attacking machine? Yeah, so we can do it like this. So SSH-L, and then I will do 8000 and localhost. So like this .1, and I will specify port 80 right here, and then I will specify only that user, and then backgrounding that session like this. Okay. So peeling.exe, this one is for Windows. So what tool can be used? So that tool is called putty generator. So we can simply copy paste it from here. You can read all of these instructions. These are very interesting for beginners. Then socket is very important, extremely important, and we will use this a lot in our future videos, so don't worry about that one. So what I will do right here is, yeah, so which socket option allows you to reuse? So reuse address is the one. So I didn't showed you this tool right now in today's video, but hopefully we will see a lot in our future session. So that is reuse address. If attacking the IP, how would you relay a reverse shell to? Yeah, so this one is the most important one, and I have seen this in one certification exam as well. So we will see this as well. I will show you. This one is a part of the next video, but this is in the pivoting part, so that's why I'm solving that one. So hopefully I will do that one. So what we do is socket TCP-L on port 8000. So listen on port 8000, and then what I will do is I will simply do TCP colon the IP address, which is this, and port 443. So like this. And what command would you use to forward TCP port 2222 on compromised server? Use a static copy of socket. Okay, so static copy of socket. So we will do period forward slash in the beginning. Then I will do TCP dash listen on port 2222, and then we use a few things, fork, like reuse address as well. Reuse address, and then I will forward it to TCP, and I need to background that one as well, I think so. And so I will do ampersand at the end, submit, yes, and then optional one. So let's click on submit, and Chisel, we did this one. So now with Chisel we can use it on Windows and Linux as well. We can do port forwarding as well, and we can do pivoting as well. So Chisel is a complete package, you can say. So what command would you use to start Chisel server? And use port 4444. So to start Chisel server, what we do is Chisel server, dash dash port as well, or we can do dash p as well. So 4242 dash dash reverse. What command would you use to connect back to the server with FoxyProxy from a compromised host? Assuming your own IP is this one and backgrounding the process. So we need to background the process as well. So I will do Chisel, and then I will do a client because I'm now client. I need to connect to the server, and then I will do this, the same which we did today. Port 4242 and reverse FoxyProxy. So I will also do backgrounding as well. So how would you forward this IP address port to your own port using Chisel remote port forward? Assuming your IP is this one and listening port is this one, backgrounding this process. So what I will do is right here is Chisel, and I am the client. Then I will do 172.16.0.5 4444. No. This one I will do. Let's see. Let's see this one from up because how would you forward this port to your own port 333? So yeah, so this one we will do port forwarding. I just forgot the syntax for that one. Yeah, so listen IP, listen port, and then yeah, so it will be the IP will be, I need to connect to that one. So 16.0.200. I need to connect to my Kali machine, listening on port 1337, and then I need to forward the port 33060 to that from that IP address 16.0.100, and I will do 3306. So hit enter, and this is the correct one. And the final, that one was if you have Chisel server running on port 4444 of this, how could you create a local port forward, opening port 8000 locally and linking to, yeah, so this one is also fairly simple. Chisel client, the IP address which is listening on 4444 running on 4444, and then I will do 8000 right here, and then this time on port 80. And finally Sshuttle. Yeah, so how would you use Sshuttle? So that's fairly simple. Sshuttle, then I will do -r pound right here because he's specifying username pound 172.16, and then I will do 20.7, and then I will do 172.16.0.0/16, the just like what they are saying. The argument which we use to specify that one is --ssh-cmd, and we need to specify in double quotations ssh-i, and then we will do priv underscore key right here. Yes, and finally we are having that one, so exclude the one which is this one, so 16.0.100, so then it will exclude that one. So finally conclusion, and we can read that one. So that was all about this one for this video. Hopefully it was a quite long video, but what we did was we did all of the pivoting sort of techniques. We use a lot of tools, FoxyProxy, Proxychains, Sshuttle, Chisel, one of the best one, and hopefully I showed you my own methodology how I will do pivoting. And then in the next video I will be going to compromise the next server, and I will do a lot of other stuff as well. So hopefully I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye.